When your awakening begins, it rarely arrives softly. It comes like a quiet storm that takes away everything familiar before you even realize what's happening. People who once filled your world start to fade. The dreams that once excited you suddenly feel heavy. The places that once gave you comfort no longer feel like home. You try to understand, but nothing makes sense. You look at your life and wonder, why is everything falling apart? But the truth is, nothing is falling apart. It's falling into place. The universe isn't destroying you. It's revealing you. Everything that's being taken away is part of a sacred reordering, a divine cleansing to make space for the person you're becoming. It starts small at first. You feel disconnected from conversations that used to feel easy. You no longer find joy in the same habits or circles. It's like your soul outgrows the room you've been living in. You feel uncomfortable, restless, like you don't belong anywhere anymore. And that's because you don't, not in the old world. The frequency of your life is shifting, and the universe is rearranging everything around you to match the new vibration you're rising into. It's not punishment, it's preparation. The universe knows that you can't climb while clinging to what was meant to stay on the ground. Imagine you're holding a handful of sand. The tighter you grip, the faster it slips through your fingers. That's what it feels like when you try to hold on to what's leaving. The universe doesn't want you to lose, it wants you to release. Because only empty hands can receive what's next. But we as humans are terrified of empty spaces. We want to fill every silence, chase every ending, patch every hole. Yet those holes are where the light gets in. They're where your new life begins to grow. Sometimes it takes loss to teach you how much weight you were carrying. You might lose a friend you thought would stay forever, or watch a relationship fade no matter how hard you try to keep it alive. You may feel betrayed, forgotten, abandoned. But one day, you'll look back and realize those goodbyes were blessings disguised as heartbreak. The people who walked away weren't rejecting you. They were making room for your rebirth. Not every soul is meant to walk beside you forever. Some come only to awaken a part of you that you couldn't see on your own. They arrive as mirrors to show you your strength, and once that lesson is complete, the universe moves them away. It's not cruelty, it's choreography. You might feel like you're being left behind while everyone else moves forward. But what if you're not behind? What if you're being slowed down so you can align with something greater? Think of an archer pulling back an arrow. To someone watching, it looks like the arrow is moving backward, away from the target. But the truth is, it's gathering force. The deeper the pullback, the farther it will fly. That's what the universe is doing with you. The tension you feel, the delays, the losses, they're not setbacks. They're your launching point. During awakening, you'll often find yourself sitting alone in silence. No distractions, no noise, just you and your thoughts. At first, that silence feels like punishment. You start to miss the chaos you once called comfort. You scroll through old messages, replay old memories, trying to fill the void. But eventually, you stop fighting the quiet. You start listening. And in that silence, you hear something you've been missing your whole life, the sound of your own soul. The world kept you too busy to notice it before, but now, in the stillness, you remember who you are beneath the noise. You realize that peace was never about controlling life. It was about surrendering to it. And yes, surrender is terrifying. It feels like jumping without knowing if there's a net below. But every single time you let go, the universe catches you. Sometimes not immediately, sometimes not how you expect, but always in a way that makes sense later. You'll see signs everywhere, numbers, songs, random encounters that whisper, keep trusting. The universe speaks in quiet nudges, not loud answers. You'll start to notice them when you stop begging life to go back to what it was and start opening your heart to what it's becoming. Awakening also has a way of exposing everything false around you. You'll see through the illusions you once built your identity on: titles, relationships, material success. They're not wrong. They just aren't who you truly are. The universe will peel them away like old wallpaper until all that's left is your raw, unfiltered truth. That's why it hurts. It's not easy watching your old self crumble. But the pain you feel is just the resistance of what's dying inside you. Once you stop resisting, the pain softens into clarity. Think of a butterfly's transformation. When the caterpillar dissolves inside the cocoon, it literally turns to liquid before becoming something new. That stage looks like death, but it's not. It's metamorphosis. The same thing happens to you during awakening. Everything you thought you were begins to meld away, so the truth of who you are can emerge. That's why it feels like everything's ending, because something entirely new is being born inside you. You'll start seeing beauty in things you used to overlook. A sunrise feels different. The wind feels like a conversation. Even your pain starts to carry a strange kind of grace. You begin to understand that nothing in your life was ever random. Not the heartbreaks, not the detours, not the endings. They were all perfectly designed to bring you here to this moment of remembrance. You'll realize that the universe has always been on your side, even when it looked like it was against you. Some people will call this process loneliness, but it's not loneliness. It's sacred solitude. It's the moment the noise fades so you can finally hear your intuition again. It's where you stop chasing validation and start embodying truth. It's the stage where you realize you never needed to be completed by anyone or anything because you were whole all along. This is the moment your power returns home. But the most important thing you'll learn is that nothing real can ever be lost. The love that's meant for you, the peace that belongs to you, the opportunities aligned with your purpose, they all return effortlessly when you're ready. You'll stop fighting for what was never yours and start attracting what always was. That's the quiet magic of awakening. It doesn't give you a new life. It shows you how to truly live the one you already have. So if your world feels like it's collapsing right now, if you feel stripped, lost, unseen, please understand this is not destruction. This is divine editing. The universe is removing the noise, the lies, the attachments, the fears that once defined you. It's not trying to hurt you. It's trying to free you. It's tearing down the walls you built around your light so your soul can finally breathe. You're not being punished. You're being purified. And one day, not too far from now, you'll look back at this season of loss and whisper, "Thank you." Because you'll see that nothing real was ever lost. The ones who left taught you love. The dreams that died led you to purpose. The endings you resisted opened the door to beginnings more beautiful than you could imagine. You'll understand that every heartbreak was just the universe's way of handing you back to yourself. This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your truth. Let what's leaving go. Let what's arriving come. You don't have to chase, force, or fight anymore. The universe knows what it's doing. It always has. Trust the silence. Trust the shift. Trust that even in your unraveling, you are being woven into something extraordinary. Because one day soon, you'll stand in the middle of your new life and realize that the emptiness you feared was never emptiness at all. It was sacred space being cleared for your awakening. And in that moment, you'll finally understand you were never being broken. You were being rebuilt.